Alright, I'm gonna show you how I made this makeup pouch. It has no raw edges because I just left, I didn't cut my corners, I just kind of left them inside. So we are starting with 4 pieces of fabric, 2 outers, and 2 inners, and then 2 pieces of batting. Each one's about 13 by 9. They might be a little bit smaller because I screwed them up, but that's okay. And then a zipper that's 14 inches long. So our first sandwich is going to be our outer fabric. I quilted it too. I did an inch. I don't know if you can see it very well. I'm not saying you can. Take my word for it. Our outer fabric, right side up. Our zipper, teeth side down. And then our lining fabric, right side down. So our right sides are touching. They're together. And then basically like that. I already sewed it. My other side, I kind of forgot to film. Because basically you have your right sides together and then your zipper. So when you unfold it, it'll all be attached. And then your fabrics will be like that, good to go. So your teeth are on the outside. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and stitch another top stitch along this right here to hold all my fabric out of the way of my zipper. And then once I do that, I'm going to do another zipper sandwich, but I'm going to pretend like this is not here. So I'm going to do my fabric, okay, right side up, zipper, teeth side down. I'm not worrying about the fabric that's already attached. And then my liner, right side down. And I'm watching Good Burger while I do it. Okay, I have my second layer pinned, and it's just the unattached stuff. So I'm going to show you, this is the side that's already attached to the zipper. Well, here, it's already attached. So now I need to attach to the other side. So I'm just sewing on the opposite side of that zipper, if that makes sense. All right, now we're going to separate our layers like so. And we're going to sew our whole outside along here. And then across here and there, but we're going to leave a gap. All right, next up, we have this. So this is all shut. I did snip off the corners. And then we have stitched here, hole here. So first order of business is we're going to unzip our zipper halfway. Maybe 2/3 of the way, just to like here. Then we are taking this and we're sandwiching. So this side, sandwich it down to here. So the seam comes up like so. And then we're going to clip it. So like that. Same thing on the other side. This side's a little bit trickier because we unzipped it, so that way it's easier to flip out through this hole we left in our liner fabric later. But just kind of hold the zipper together and pinch it all. And clip. Always forget the stupid little pull tabs. These frickers right here, so let me go make those and I'll show you how to add those in too. Okay, this strip is 2 by 7. Basically, I fold it in half, iron it, and then fold each side in a little bit to get this little tube. And then I basically just stitch on the outside around the edge. And then I'm going to cut it in half and make my tabs for either side. All right, 7 inches long, so now I just take it, fold it in half like so, and cut it. Now I got 2. Now we come back to this thing. I hate using pins when I sew, but if I use clips to hold these in place, it doesn't work. And as you can tell with this one is shorter than this one. That's what being a type B sewer gets you. I literally don't care. I sell these if someone is bothered by it, they don't have to buy it. Also, my quilt lines at the top don't line up perfectly either. Who cares? Not me. So, basically, this is going to be our loop. So, the looped edge is facing inside like this. So we're gonna do the side that is shut first, like not where the zipper is loose, because this side sucks. Take my word for it. We're just gonna unpin and redo. Unclip, I mean. So basically we're gonna take this loop side in and we're just gonna set it on top of the zipper, kind of where we want it. Like that. And then we're going to take a pin. So I pinned it through like that, as you can see, kind of went through the fabric out this side and under to hold that in place. And I'm going to do one on the other side also, so it kind of makes an X with the pins. Okay, this one is the side where the zipper is separate. It wasn't behaving, so I just clipped it, and now I'm going to clip all of these layers together here and here. Alright, so now we have this, so I've sewed along this whole edge. Hopefully these pull tabs are good. Well, okay, fine. Alright, so now we're going to cut off this extra and this extra zipper. And then we're going to cut off the corners here as well, but don't cut any of what you just stitched. So basically like that. Okay, now we're going to flip it through this hole. So we're going to grab all the way through the zipper to our outer fabric, just to see what it looks like. And you could be done here, and you could just have, oh look, here's my pull tabs. Yay. You could be done here and you could just have a flat pouch. Obviously you also shut this inner lining hole that we've got going on, but we're not done. So now you're going to flip it out, not through the lining hole, but just inside out. And now there's some measurements you can do here. I'm stupid and I had to cut myself a little template, a little triangle template. This is where you box it. Okay, let me get my template. This is my template. Basically you measure 2 inches down and then cut straight up. Because what you're going to do, you're going to take your bag and then you're going to take your seam here, and basically the whole point to making it boxy is we need to box these edges out and then sew along them, okay? Rather than, you know, cutting a square and then flattening it. We're not doing that. We're just sewing them straight across and leaving it. So you have this, and I'm not measuring because my lines always end up crooked and then my bag is not a box, it's like a trapezoid, okay? So that's why I use this little template. 2 inches from here to here. And then I'm going to draw a line, and that's the line I'm going to sew along. I'm also going to flip this one out so hopefully you can see what I'm saying. Basically, this pouch was flat like this, and then I boxed out each corner. So you can see these aren't perfect straight up and down either, but so it was flat like this, and then I basically grabbed it, pinched the corner, and sewed up and down. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm pinching this corner up and down like this, putting my triangle template, drawing a line, and then sewing up and down along that line. This is where a heat dissolvable pen would come into play, but type B, I don't have one of those, so I'm using a tan marker because duh. Hopefully this gives you a better idea of what you're doing. So it basically was flat like this, and then we puff up this corner, put our triangle here, and make a line. When you're doing that, you also want to like really stuff your hand in here good and like really flatten everything out to make sure you're not gonna have like bunchy fabric up in here. Also, another trick, you have your crease and then you have this line. So I always make sure everything is lined up, crease and seams, so that way it's gonna be better lined up also. All right, I also use clips to kind of keep them like that, and now I'm gonna go sew along here, and then I'm gonna sew this shut as well. Okay, here it is, time for the big root. It kind of looks like a chicken. Whatever. Let's see if it looks good. It's gonna be. My favorite thing about these pouches too is if you flip out the corners like this while you're doing your makeup or whatever, you have like a nice open pouch so you can see everything. But yeah, we have no raw edges. We do have these little triangles, but this is the easiest way to make a pouch. I did start this at like 8:30. It's now 10:30, but I was filming this tutorial and I had to quilt the whole thing, and I only did 1 inch. Usually I do a lot bigger, so I have to quilt a lot less. But there you have it.